Welcome back to another live and amplified livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we're back at it again with another amazing podcast. It is day 4 of our 25 days of Christmas. We are continuing the support of Christmas music on the independent level. And today we have a very special guest. We have Chris Hollacheck. How's it going today, man?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Just kind of recovering from yesterday. I was a Thanksgiving dinner of one, but I kind of use that as a day to personally challenge myself on how to improve my cooking skills.
Definitely.
And it was an experience. I'll say that one. So
Yeah. I'm still recovering from the turkey coma.
yeah. But all the good leftovers was the perfect omelet this morning. So I was like, okay, it was all worth it yesterday. So
Nice.
uh, excited to have you back on. We were trying to figure out when the last time it was we had you on, but I think the common consensus was at least a year. Um, so how have things been going for you?
Pretty good. A lot of changes in the past year. I've been playing a lot more like downtown Nashville, like Lower Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Places like Tootsie's, Rippy's, Honk Tonk Central. I spent a lot more of my performing in the past year. I've kind of strayed a little bit away from the online presence, but I'm see myself going back to that in the near future for a bit. Seasons changing. Wintertime's always the best time to go online. Summertime's the best time to do all your live stuff. But yeah, that and not too much has changed besides that. Still releasing a couple times a year. Trying to keep consistent on that. Otherwise, just expanding my musical boundaries.
Yeah, awesome. And so just kind of as a refresh for since you've grown a lot since we've last chatted, our podcast has grown a bit and we've got a lot of new listeners and whatnot. What's kind of your background story? Where are you from and all that stuff, just for everybody that's kind of new, just meeting you?
Yeah. So I'm from Eastern North Carolina originally, a town called New Bern, about 40 minutes from the beach. Grew up down a 7 mile dirt road deep in the swamp, and yeah, I lived there for all my childhood. Went to school in Wilmington, North Carolina for 5 years, UNC Wilmington, and went up to Raleigh for about 6 months with my uncle, and then made the move to Nashville.
Yes.
Lived there for about 2 years, and then moved to Texas for about 2 years, 2017, 2019, San Antonio, New Braunfels
Mhm.
area. I lived there, and then moved back to Nashville 2019. I've been back since.
Nice, awesome. It's New Braunfels. Like I've kind of decided that if I stay in Texas, that's where I kind of want to be because it's like right in the middle of Austin and San Antonio, and it's got
Yeah.
its own like killer music scene thing going on, and it's like that'd be like a really cool spot to be. So
Yeah, New Braunfels is definitely my favorite spot in that area in Texas to
mhm.
be. Like, yeah, if I had to choose a town, that would be a town I'd live in.
Yeah, I've told several people that, and I'm like, I feel like if I speak it into existence, it'll happen. But
Yep, exactly.
and since the last time we chatted, I realized so about this time last year, I almost took a job in where's Eastern Carolina University at? That's in North Carolina?
That's Greenville, North Carolina. That's about
Greenville.
from where I grew up, hour
Okay.
north of.
I almost moved to Greenville last summer, so
Really?
yeah. It they told me the only one of the reasons that I didn't end up taking it is because they told me I wasn't ready for that transition, and I'm like, okay, fair enough, I got you. So yeah, it
Dang,
was.
that's yeah. Greenville is a pretty happening town. It's even got its own little music scene going on
Mm,
there. So that would definitely be a good alternative if you ever had to go there.
if I ever work my way back there, that'd be
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So it seems like a lot's changed, and it's all change is obviously always good and all that stuff. And I'm really excited to sit down and chat with you because you released a Christmas song. How long's it been out now? A couple weeks, or did it just release?
I think about 2 weeks now. We were gonna
Uh,
try to release the music video today, but I don't think it's ready or yet. So yeah, waiting on I guess the videographers are working their magic. So Yeah, this is one of those songs. I feel like it's been one of my most popular. Anybody who's heard it at my shows, this seems to be the one that stands out the most, and even from
Mhm.
music industry people, seems to be the one that has caught the most attention. So I was like, okay, yeah, I got to release this.
Yes.
This is the year. So yeah, finally got it in and got the work done, and yeah, got it out.
That's what's up. That's cool. It's always really cool to kind of, especially because I'm assuming when you say you played it out live, you've been playing it since you kind of originally had it completed a few years back. You've been, yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely.
I always enjoy kind of, when I go and see somebody consistently, like whether it's a couple times a year, whatever, I kind of like seeing the natural progression of a song, like how it kind of matures or it changes over time as you kind of hear how the crowd responds to it. Like, okay, maybe we need to pull back a little bit here, but like really speed it, just kind of like whatever the natural progression is. So it's
Yeah,
the fact that you kind of gave it that time, whether by choice or whether by not like just kind of circumstances. I think it really gave this Bubba Shot of Reindeer like the opportunity to kind of like hit its ultimate form. So
yeah, definitely. I know when yeah, me and Drew were together writing it. He was giving me a lot of suggestions. He's been doing music way longer than I have, so it's cool hearing his insights on how to get I guess make it more radio friendly
mm,
or whatnot. Just some more of the fundamentals, getting that together. So that kind of like rubbed off on me when we were doing that, and yeah, just throughout time, the more I guess the basic fundamental stuff, learning that got to shape it a little better. I know. I think originally I was singing it in a key a little too high for me, or just hadn't worked that out. And just now, yeah, I guess the song is what 9 years old now. So
mm,
yeah, throughout that time, I've been happy to see the progression, and yeah, just the team I have, like the producers, the videographers, just what I got going on there. I feel like now was definitely the time. Let it simmer after simmering for a bit
mm.
to get it
Yeah.
out.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. And then, so you kind of said the inspiration for it was you had been a avid hunter throughout your time in North Carolina. And then when you moved to Tennessee, like that hunting just wasn't there. Was it always the intent of making it a Christmas song, or was it just like the right time of year that it's like, okay, let's, you know,
I think the idea was kind of just went to me one day.
mm,
It was in the back of my head, and that sometimes happens with songs. It'll be the idea will be stuck with me sometimes for years before I can like put in the words. And I think I always get the inspiration to write when I'm not supposed to, like when I'm
mm,
working or when I'm driving. So I think I was working at Target when I started getting inspiration. I think I hid like in one of the aisles in the back room and started like doing verses here and there. And
nice,
yeah, it just came out one day.
nice. Because it would have been, I was kind of curious to see if it like had started with Bubba shot a like an alley cat, like something ridiculous like that. And then it was like just because it was like more the Christmas season, it became reindeer. So I guess that's ultimately the kind of question I was asking. So
Yeah, I was thinking too. I think what the Bubba shot a jukebox. That song kind of triggered that
yeah.
the Bubba thing, and
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know where the reindeer and the hunting came together, but it just randomly did, and I was like, whoa.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I don't think anybody written a song about that, so I'm like, yeah.
Sweet. That's cool. That's really cool. And then you mentioned that you have a music video that's very close to being released. We'll just kind of put it that way.
Yeah.
How long had you been working on that?
Well, I mean, the videographers got together, I think a few weeks ago, get started on planning, or actually, I think it was a little over a month ago.
Hmm.
And we kind of done it in sequences. Originally, we were going to hire two actors, one for Santa, one for Bubba, but with time and money, we decided, we're just going to do it ourselves. So I played Bubba, and then my videographer, one of them did Santa. So
Mm,
we kind of did in-house acting, and
nice.
yeah, we did a lot of it at my house, a lot of it at Bledsoe Creek State Park over in Gallatin, Tennessee. And yeah, just different sequences with the lighting and stuff. And
Mm,
this is gonna be a funny one. I
nice.
got a wig on, a beard and everything. Like I look bubbled out, like legitimate. And
Nice.
yeah, I think viewers are really gonna love this one.
That's cool. Now, is it like in the same style as like the cover art? Like, was the cover art shot during the music video or?
So that was actually in my backyard. We did that,
Mm,
and I had the wig, the mullet, and everything. So that's pretty much how I am dressed in the video.
okay.
We just did a separate like cover art thing, and they got the backyard and did some little effects to it as well. But yeah, it's pretty much in that style.
Okay, gotcha. So it's like you had the idea for the music video or the like a base you basically made it cohesive essentially, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Cool. And so as the song's out, the music video is getting ready to drop here in the next week or two. What's kind of running through your mind right now? Like, where's your mind at as far as promoting and all that stuff?
Well, it's been kind of I guess, roller coaster ride with work and finances lately. So I've been,
Mhm.
I guess, focusing more on that. Like revenue and stuff. So, promoting wise, I'm kind of just gonna let it do its thing. Share it or whatnot. I've done in the past like Facebook business ads. That's how I've grown a lot of my following. But
Mhm.
that I guess changes in career and income and all that. I've been having to dial back a little bit till it gets a little more, I guess, stable
Mhm.
in a better place. But yeah, just gonna let it do its thing itself. I feel like a lot of people have already shown a lot of good feedback from it, so the video can only add to it.
Right.
And now is a great time to have it released. It still has a whole month to do its thing. That's the thing about Christmas songs. It's like you only get 2 months out of the year to really promote it, but
Yeah.
you can use it every year. So
Yeah.
it's a cool thing.
Yeah, that's the common like thing that we talk about at least this year during this the series of Christmas podcasts is it's always a little weird to like initially get the ball rolling because unless you just happen to get inspired during last Christmas and you're in the season, most times you got to start in like June, July when it's like dead summer, and then it's like, oh man, if I want to release this Christmas song, I got to start thinking about it because once it comes October or November, unless you just happen to be like really good at getting it flipped quickly, it's too late, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, we
good.
uh, we started back in August on this one, so we did go back a little bit. And then yeah, something we had to consider with the music video was all the trees or and the leaves and stuff. Like we didn't want it to look like summertime and shooting the video, so we
Yeah,
intentionally kind of waited till the last minute to do that.
yeah. Unless you went way up north where like pine trees and stuff are, and then it doesn't really matter. But then it's like, well, crap. I don't want to. I don't want to have to make that trip either. So
Right.
oh, so with Bubba Shot a Reindeer, it's out now for everyone to listen to, all that fun stuff, and the music video will be out soon. How often are you playing shows to support it right now? How often are you playing right now?
Well, not as consistently as it was during the summer.
Mhm.
They've been getting me in like once a week or every other week. Like I'm playing at Rippy's this Sunday from 11 to 2, like at 11 a.m.
Nice.
2 p.m.
Mhm.
So they're trying to get me in. It's getting to that time of year where things are slowing down, and they cut a bunch of the acoustic gigs. That's what I've been doing, but
Yeah.
it's also maybe a hint to start getting into the band stuff. That's what I originally joined to do. So we'll look into that during the slow season, start training with bands, and hopefully by springtime next year have a banging band and start getting some like real good shows going.
Mhm. That's really interesting because that Nashville, it feels like it's operates a little differently because during in a lot of the other like music scenes that I visit and I have people in right now is when the acoustic sets are like more in demand.
Yep, yep. Yeah,
Because
and I'm
yeah, go
back.
ahead.
Yeah, let's go look. I'm looking into like Texas. Hopefully, going out there. I got all my buddies there. And yeah, maybe start doing acoustic. Now it's a good time of the year to be in Texas.
Yeah.
Not too hot. And yeah, you're right. The acoustic gigs are, I guess, more demand outside of there. Or
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Just Nashville. Yeah, I think it's more so for like training. They're just dialing down a bit and getting all the bands. Everybody wants to do a band to start training and getting that right during the winter, getting all the kinks out.
Fair, very fair, very, very fair. So, it's the day after Thanksgiving as we're recording this. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. Yeah, I'm up in southern Michigan right now. One yeah, my old producer, his family, he was from up here.
Mhm.
He unfortunately passed away 2 years ago from COVID, and we made it a tradition. I'm at his wife's house, and step kids and all that. So kind of keeping the tradition going. I lived with them for a couple years before I got my own house in Nashville. So they're like a third family to me.
Yeah.
So keeping the tradition going, and it's around the 2 year anniversary. He died the day after Thanksgiving,
Oh
so
well. Yeah.
we're making a tradition to honor his name and his legacy, and keep the family thing going. So it was a nice little escape to get away from Nashville, all the music
Yeah.
stuff, and just chill for a couple days.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. That's cool that you're keeping the tradition alive to kind of remember him and all that stuff.
Yep.
How is Nashville around Thanksgiving? Is it a little bit busier? Or is it kind of like pull back a bit during Thanksgiving?
Um, it It varies. I mean, you got a lot of people from out of town visiting and stuff. In fact, I just started doing Airbnb with my house, and I got my
Mm,
first people staying there right now. So I guess some people do want to go there to escape for Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's kind of weird because people going out of town and stuff
mm,
or with family, so it's a different kind of feel. But yeah, definitely. I know after Thanksgiving now it's going to be ramping up a little more with the holiday season. I know
mm,
the Opry has a bunch of Christmas lights and stuff they got going on,
mm.
like Christmas stuff around town. So I imagine it'll do a weird thing where it'll start picking up again for a few weeks, and then once well, really not so much Christmas, but New Year's, after that New Year's bash, that's when things go like straight dead for
Yeah.
about 2 months. So just riding the wave while things are still going, and then
Nice.
kind of looking at some other stuff January, February.
Yeah, for sure. So you're telling me if I'm going to make a trip to Nashville, January is the month to do it.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
mean,
if I don't want to deal with the crowds, right?
yeah, not wanting to deal with the crowds. Definitely, that's the time to go. There might not be as many opportunities of things open,
Hmm.
but yeah, for the most part, for no crowds, that's definitely the best time to go. January, right after New Year's.
Fair, very fair. Because the last time I went was the January before COVID hit, and like the rooms weren't exactly cheap because we were staying right off Broadway there, so like maybe like a half mile off Broadway or whatever, and so the rooms weren't exactly cheap, but we were able to get in and out of things pretty quickly, and a lot of musicians had free time to go do like podcasts or acoustic sets or whatever it was we were doing at the time, so it just kind of worked. So
Yep, sounds about right.
yeah. So with this being a Christmas themed podcast, what are some of your memories as a kid? Some of your favorite memories as a kid around this time of year?
Oh man, one thing, my mom, she always went all out, like on holidays and stuff, and
Mm,
Christmas was like her time to shine. She'd always cook seafood on Christmas. That was like our tradition, being on the coast. And yeah, she'd always go out all out, like have the family over. Like
nice.
that was her joy, was providing like Christmas, holiday meals in general. And yeah, we'd go up to New York after Christmas. I
Oh,
have my
okay.
family up there. I'd go up like Poughkeepsie, New York, like about 2 hours north of the city.
Hmm.
And yeah, when we'd go down to the city at least one of those days, setting up the tree for or the ball for New Year's, get to see all
Mm,
that before the craziness starts. And that's a lot of my memories. Yeah, going up to New York, and but enjoying Christmas in North
mm,
Carolina before going up there. And then recent years, I still go up to New York to visit, but I'll drive back by myself. And a new tradition has been I will go back through the Outer Banks,
Okay.
like stop Virginia Beach that night, and then go to the Outer Banks, take the ferry to Ocracoke, and that's a whole day trip. But
Mm,
it's so beautiful, it's so worth it. And it's kind of like Nashville. It's a slow
mm.
season, so it's a great time to go.
Nice. That's really cool. It's always kind of interesting how you have like all these traditions when you're a kid and you try and keep them alive as you grow older, but then as you like move or your life changes, it's like you try and pay homage to those original traditions, but try and build out your own traditions.
Right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, this year I might not even be going out of town for Christmas. I'm in more of
Mm,
a hustle mode right now,
yeah.
getting that nest egg or whatnot built up
Mm,
for January. So might be hustling this year a little more, but then do my holiday stuff in January.
yeah, I got you. I had to kind of explain that to my family. I was like, look, I really can only afford like one holiday trip this year. So would you rather have me for Thanksgiving or would you rather have me for Christmas? Like, I mean, that's kind of where it's at. And we kind of quickly decided it's like, well, it's Christmas, obviously. So, just because that's kind of when the entire family gets together. Thanksgiving, it's a little bit more separate. Whereas like my dad and his new girlfriend, they kind of do their thing. My sister and her family, they do their thing. And then like my extended family, they do their thing. And it's like, y'all are gonna make me try and choose. I don't want to do that. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Cool. And then just because I've asked everybody that comes on the podcast for the Christmas special, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas movie. Hmm, trying to think back. I haven't watched a lot of the Christmas movies in a while. Can't remember the one with the elves. It was like animated movie from like back in the '60s.
Was it
Watch had the
was
abominable snowman.
Oh, Rudolph, the Rudolph,
Yeah, yeah. So
the
ironically,
yeah,
Rudolph. Yeah, that was one of my favorites as a kid.
nice.
And the one with Tim Allen, the Santa
It's
Claus. That
yeah,
was definitely a favorite growing up. Um, yeah, those are some of the ones that stand out the most.
nice, awesome. Those are definitely classics for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, it's always kind of fun to just reminisce about that because it's obviously it's a cool time of year and movies are definitely a huge part of that. So
Absolutely.
yeah, awesome, awesome. And then you said you have a show coming up this Sunday. What's your show schedule looking like for the rest of December?
So yeah, the way they do it downtown, they do it by the week. So
Hmm.
I won't know 100%. Realistically, probably be like on Sundays,
Hmm.
not every Sunday, but every other. Um, not 100% sure. And I was I'm still open to see if I get something booked in Texas or maybe
Hmm.
even back in North Carolina too.
Nice.
We'll see what's available out there. But yeah, I'm definitely having to feel the hustle and the feel to start traveling again now that Airbnb is going
Hmm.
on with the house. So yeah, I'm looking to get out there, see all my peeps again soon.
That's cool. That's really cool. So how does that kind of work downtown then? Is it like a group of bars that just kind of decide, or is it like you have a deal with one specific bar and then
um,
that
so I'm in an organization called Honky Tonk School, and that's
okay,
they do all the booking for Kid Rocks, Tootsies, Rippies, and Honky Tonk Central.
okay,
So it's really wherever they have room to put me. That's where they put me. I've never played at Kid Rocks, just I'm country, so that's more of like strict rock stuff, which
yeah,
I could be here, but my style of music fits in a lot better like Tootsies and more the
hmm,
country bars.
gotcha.
So yeah, it's wherever they have room for me. Is kind of where I go. It's really a hit or miss between Tootsie's, Rippies, and Honk and Tonk Central, and they
Gotcha.
do it by the week. So we'll yeah, it's whatever they got available.
Gotcha. That makes sense. It's because the way you were kind of explaining it, I was like, it. It was. I was like, oh, is it like a committee of people that like run all the bars on the strip there, and it's just kind of like, oh, hey, we got this guy, or, but I guess it's kind of both because it's like a group that
Yeah, yeah,
works. Yeah.
it's like 2, 3, or 4 people I think that organize it. That there's certain people that do like the acoustics, certain people that do the bands,
Mm-hmm.
but they get together and they do their schedule, and yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
wherever they fit you.
That's really cool. That it's got to save a lot of time for them. So
Definitely, and I'm thankful, to have consistent gigs. That's something, especially earlier in my career, I was having trouble getting, and I set myself a goal this year, a certain amount of live gigs, like at least 50
hmm,
gigs this year live, and I just crossed that threshold not too long ago. So,
nice.
it's I'm just very thankful, for the opportunity and having that ability, especially to play downtown Broadway with all the best of the best in Nashville. It's a
Hmm.
huge honor.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But once again, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with us. It's been an absolute blast. For anybody that wants to check out Bubba Shot a Reindeer, the song, the music video, just interact with you on social. Where's the best place to find you?
Yeah. So the music video will be on YouTube. And then of course Bubba Shaw Reindeer, the song is currently out on all streaming services, Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music, Amazon, whatever you use, it's there. Yeah, and don't have a set date yet for the video, but hopefully in the next week or 2 weeks tops it'll be out. But yeah, you can follow me on all the streaming services. I'm on Instagram,
Yeah,
Facebook. I don't think I have Twitter yet, but that's the only one. Everything else, I'm on there under Chris Hollacheck, like Holla back,
yeah,
Holla, and then CHECK check mark, all one word, Hollacheck.
nice,
Chris.
awesome. Well, I really appreciate you jumping on here, and make sure you go out and listen to Bubba Shot a Reindeer. It's a really cool song, and I can't wait for that music video. But yeah, once again, Chris, thank you so much, and we'll talk to y'all later.